So I guess it is time. So basically at this point, what I have to do is get the car up on the stands, remove whatever is needed to be removed, like the exhaust. Have to drain the transmission. I have to remove all the heat shields, plastics, the drive shaft, and disconnect everything basically that is there under the car. Remove the automatic transmission out of the car. Here's the color of the ATF. It looks like it's done. I'm sure there is more. Well, here's the exhaust. So my brother, well, he helped me to pull this whole thing out. It's a monster. Plastics naturally are removed. The drive shaft is actually also out of the car. So here's the difference between that is the automatic transmission drive shaft. This is the manual. So it's all the same up to the, I guess, support bearing center, but the manual transmission drive shaft is significantly longer on this end. So one of the things to remove is torque converter bolts, and I have 6 of them or so. I'm sure it's at least 5, it's not 4. And I'm using and they're 17mm hex, so I'm using this long socket, deep socket 17 with a breaker bar to break them loose. And I have this small 3/8 ratchet with a this long of a socket. Well, this is an adapter and an impact socket. Why am I using this one? I'm not sure. But here's the bolts. Oh, this one says number 4. Yeah, I installed them, so I guess I counted them and torqued them and all. That's why they have numbers. So as far as the top part of this torque bolts removal process, I've got my 1/2-inch ratchet and a short 22mm socket. So eventually I'm going to remove the fan and the radiator and really have a good access to the crank shaft front bolt. But I'm making this job more difficult, so I'm really doing this without removal of the and it's not that bad. It exactly fits this, my hand and this ratchet. It's just a perfect fit. One step at a time, I guess. Here's a small life hack. So what do you do if you need 2 people to do a job and you really don't have any access to the second person? What do? You set up a GoPro pointing at the bolt or the access window, and you just watch this on your whatever you use. To run the app. So there you go. That's the window, access window, and that's the bolt right there. Realistically, I should have removed the radiator and the fan and everything, because it's coming out anyway, but I didn't. When these things are out, you can turn the crankshaft from the bottom of the car and watch those bolts come up, line up without any aid. And it started to rain. This weather is really beautiful. It's really nice and warm, not hot at all. And there's a bit of a rain and some thunder. Really beautiful. I've got my 1/2 inch ratchet and a 22mm short circuit